17 turns of tire pressure and temp. He stays cautiously wide there, but you can still hear that car bottoming. We talked about that in the earlier practice.
A few drivers deciding to start on that soft compound, the red sidewall tire. That's Rossi, Rasmussen, Kiffin Simpson, and Scott Dixon, which is a big surprise. Power in a big way. Wow.
A big one for Will Power.
Oh, yeah.
It's over in turn 5 where we've seen Will struggle a bit on the brakes.
But no, to get that far to the barrier that quickly, that smells like a failure of some kind to me.
Or did he drop tires like what we saw out of McLaughlin in the approach to the brake zone? We'll have to see, but most critically, AMR safety team right there. Now, different than the McLaughlin crash, this was a sudden arrest of speed. As you can see, the Armco's bent back behind the tire stack, but luckily, Power climbing out under his own power. Let's watch those right sides.
No, he's fine. Yeah.
That looks like a stuck throttle.
Something like that. Either rear brakes didn't go. You saw both fronts locked up there smoking. We get the onboard again. Yeah, it does look. Oh, he is just going so quick.
Let's listen.
A big brake failure. Copy that, are you alright?
And he's going too fast.
Oh, goodness me.
And probably no rear brake.
Feeling in the world. Looking at the wall coming towards you at 100 miles an hour, knowing there's nothing you can do to stop from hitting it.
Couldn't tell if he was still having drive from the rear axle or just no brakes. You see the both fronts are locked up, so we know the caliper is there. You see nothing happening at the rear of the car in terms of slowing down. The rear tire is still spinning, so as hard as he has his foot buried, there is nothing going on for rear brake bite.
And the thing for me, I mean, you heard on the audio, it's not like the engine note stayed high, and when he hits the wall, you hear the engine rev up. That's because the driver's foot in the impact flies forward and smashes the throttle briefly. So to me, it sounds like it wasn't an engine issue, it wasn't a drive issue, it was just maybe a rear brake issue.
Terrifying, Will.
Terrifying for a driver, the worst possible eventuality. Brake failure, and Will Power's search for a 70-second pole goes on, but he is okay and out of the car.
According to Will Power on the radio, and a massive front-end impact. Very, very lucky to walk away from that one.
I'll tell you what that just shows me. It just really highlights that's a slow corner. It's a 53-mile-an-hour minimum speed corner. But man, do you show up there going quick. It really does highlight how fast these Indy cars are hauling down that hill into turn 5. That if you don't have all 4 of your brakes working just right, the rate at which you can skip across the entire runoff into the barriers.
And this is important. You see Craig
Found the wall quite a few times this year. It's incredible, but you know, that's how things go sometimes. We'll see what happened, and then just fix it. Guys fix the car and start from last, but you can definitely win from there. Well, if anyone can, you can. Better luck tomorrow, everybody.
26 of his poles have come on road courses. 2 of his victories have come at this track.
And guys, now it's going to be frantic. It's fast and furious back on the racetrack. 3:30 to go, and we've seen with these cooler track temperatures, these soft tires, you need to get a second push lap in to really find the peak. So you're talking an out lap, a prep/first push lap, and then a second proper push lap to really figure it out. There's not a lot of time to back off, T-Bell, and find that gap that you want if you're going to make all those laps.
Nobody messing around with a banker on the hard tires at this point. 3 minutes left. Palou knows that a red could come again at any time, and he's wasting no time to get right to the limit.
Has to make it work, and has to make it work immediately. The top time is that of rookie Kaio Colette, 106.940, as Palou takes to the curbs, gets the power down on the run through under the bridge and into the downhill chicane.
See that pylon on your left side of your screen there. If you're in the bottom set, or the bottom below the top 6, that red line that separates right here below Kiffin Simpson, that's all you need to be. You don't need to be fastest right now, just quicker than the bottom group. Lundgaard right now on the outside looking in, but if you're tracking green, that's to 6th place.
Massive. That is one 0.1 seconds faster than his own pole position from last year. Alex Palou on an absolute tear.
And 3/10, I believe, off the track record in qualifying set by Grosjean. Yeah, so 105.83. So Palou has a chance to set a new track record on his second flying lap here. On board with Rahal, but he's off song.
But he's just
Jumped up to second.
great lap. That's only a tenth and a half off of Palou, we were just talking about how strong that lap was. These conditions, guys, are amazing. As Dixon crosses the all-start finish line, he's up into the top 6, but everybody below, except Power, who's obviously out at this point, is tracking quicker.
Yeah, 7th through 11th is in the money. Rossi.
Keep your eyes now on Lundgaard, 2/10 to the good. We jump on board with him through Hinch's favourite part of the circuit. Maximum commitment through here. And over the line, Lundgaard to second.
Amazing, amazing. This McLaren squad's been absolutely on it this weekend. He's going to get another crack at it. These times are going to keep falling. Perot out there right now, not tracking to go any quicker. Can Armstrong improve on a 106.4? No. It looks like that first lap may have been it for a lot of these guys, T-Bell.
Yeah, that's what it showed in practice, was about a 3 to 4/10 drop-off on the second lap. But now you know for real, everybody on light fuel, the same tire mileage, and we get a true read. That's what qualifying's all about.
Scott Dixon on the outside looking in. Caio Collet is there or thereabouts. It's nip and tuck for him. Kippen Simpson suddenly trending green as well.
Yeah, Colette losing a little bit of time there through 2 and 3, gaining it back on the exit. There's so much give and take, so much compromise on this racetrack with car placement, with entry speed versus exit launch. Boy, racing driver.
We know Dixon's been out there for a couple laps on these reds, so can he make them work and hang on? It doesn't look
Very, very unlike Scott Dixon. 16th in St. Pete, 15th in Phoenix, 20th in Arlington. And already a 10th and a half down.
And it sure looks like the difference is rear tires here, James. As Dixon comes through the museum corner and looks to try to accelerate, you see that time gap really grow. Just not able to get the power down like he was on the first lap.
Checkered is out. This will be it for everyone on a hot lap.
Siegel.
Scott Dixon is outside the top 12 for the first 4 races of the season. We go on board with Nolan Siegel down 2/10.
It's going to take something pretty mighty here in 12 and 13 to close that gap. He was trending okay at the top of the hill. Big commitment.
Really good run. He made up a decent gap. He goes to 8th. But impressive.
But not quite enough. But it's Palou and Lundgaard who progress, along with an impressive run from Graham Rahal. Marcus